Now, not everyone defended his tweets. For once, even Theresa May stood up to him.
Well, yesterday, the Prime Minister had her own rebuke for Donald Trump.
I'm very clear that retweeting from Britain First was the wrong thing to do.
Donald Trump has now responded on Twitter telling Theresa May, "Don't focus on me, focus on the destructive, radical Islamic terrorism that is taking place within the United Kingdom. We are doing just fine." However, he'd linked this message to a Mrs. Theresa May from Bognor.
The clues were there. Theresa from Bognor has got 6 followers. Theresa May dreams of being that popular. Also, look at the language Trump used in the tweet. Don't focus on me, focus on the destructive, radical Islamic terrorism that is taking place within the United Kingdom. We are doing just fine. Doing fine? There's been 53 mass shootings since Las Vegas. Half of Puerto Rico still doesn't have electricity, and your healthcare is in tatters. Yeah, you're nailing it, aren't you? Don't drag Britain into your hate-filled world. We may be divided over Brexit, or when to put milk into a cup of tea, or which one's Ant and which one's Dec. But one thing that brings us together is not tolerating racist bigots like you. Exactly. That's how we feel. Why don't you? Why don't you concentrate on your own country rather than giving publicity to a pathetic bunch of losers like Britain First? I mean, look what they stand for.
This is Britain First, a fringe anti-Muslim hate group. Their modus operandi: dressing up as soldiers, preparing for, quote, the final crusade, dangerous publicity stunts in mosques, and, as we experienced firsthand, deliberately stoking religious tensions.
They're not Britain's first. They're Britain's worst. They're a bunch of hypocrites. They claim to be defenders of traditional British Christian values. Christian values are peace and love, not this.
Every single Muslim is obliged to kill you and your husbands and your wives and your children. Are we getting this yet?
Every Muslim is trying to kill us. Mo Farah, Zayn Malik, Moeen Ali, Riz Ahmed, Monica Ali, Nadia Hussein. I mean, it's almost as if she's talking bollocks. It's like, what's happened? She has clearly misunderstood the mobile. Look at that! He's saying he's gonna murder us! M for murder! And you want me to run away from him? No, he still wants to murder you at the end of the race. She's such an idiot. Who gets angry at the bake-off? Nadia Hussein is a terrorist. She wants to stone us to death. No! She wants to scone us to death. And that is the best cake pun you will see in a bit this serious. The point I'm making, this is the woman who Trump retweeted. This is who he's endorsing.
We are at war with Islam. The world is at war with Islam.
Yes.
Jihad and Islam are one and the same.
Fuck off. Violent jihadis don't represent Islam in the same way she doesn't represent Christianity. In fact, going around stirring up hate about another religion is exactly what ISIS do. I'm more Christian than her, and I think that all religion is bullshit. None of it's real. My magic man said this, my magic man said that. Shut the fuck up and have a cup of tea. That's my religion. That is my religion, tea, and I will kill any coffee drinker who says otherwise. Britain First. That doesn't represent us, does it? Because if you're truly British, you would never put yourself first. We're too awkward. It shouldn't be called Britain First, it should be Britain. After you. Britain. Sorry. Britain. Is this seat taken? In fact, it wouldn't even be a word. It should just be Britain. Yeah. It's not just Britain First, it's the EDL, it's the BNP. They're all as thick as each other.
EDL will go out and they'll fight. EDL are a racist group. Same with
How
being
racist? How can you say we're racist?
Britain first aren't,
How can you say the EDL's racist though?
because we are.
And now, have you got proof?
It's all over Twitter, mate.
We're not racist.
We all are.
We are, mate!
UKIP leader Nigel Farage provoked an outcry and some ridicule today after suggesting breastfeeding mothers should do it in the corner because it makes some other people feel very embarrassed.
I'll tell you what, if we're putting blankets over tits we don't like, I think we all know what's going to happen.
It isn't too difficult to breastfeed a baby in a way that's not openly ostentatious. Was Claridge's wrong?
Not that it was the only ridiculous thing that Nigel Farage said this week. He was travelling from London to Wales. Look at the excuse he came up with for being late. UKIP leader says he was 2 hours late for a conference meeting because immigration caused traffic jams on the M4. It wasn't roadworks, it was Romanians. He's almost beyond parody. Bloody foreigners coming over here, dressing up as bollards. It's insane, like there's some bloke in Azerbaijan. Why am I going to England? To be a success? No. To get a job? No. To hog the middle lane. I will grab such a... I will cause a tailback, yeah, that's right. I don't know what that impression is. Did you hear about the government's new immigration policy?
No more visas for low-skilled workers. The government reveals its post-Brexit immigration plan, designed to attract what it calls the bright and the best.
People who want to come here to work have to reach 70 points.
You must have a job offer, that gives you 20 points. At the right skill level, another 20.
They'll have to earn £25,600 a year for 20 points.
The applicant must be able to speak English. That's worth 10 points.
You have to be able to speak English. I'll say this now. That is half my family f***ed. I'm not joking. My uncle sounds like a coked-up Hagrid. Orca e my baba, that up a bubber's Kurt Lash. Speak English. Our leader can barely speak the language.
I'd be very, on dragooned and being blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying. Mais qui?
Also, to get in, you need a job that isn't low-skilled and make over 25 grand. You're probably thinking that's 1 or 2 jobs. Oh, no. That could mean no more dental nurses, legal secretaries, ambulance staff, midwives, chefs, counsellors, gardeners, painters, receptionists, travel agents, physiotherapists, care assistants, waiters. So pretty much every f***ing job. We've got our country back. I mean, sure, my teeth have fallen out and I've been waiting for a waiter for 4 days, but... Roll Britannia! It's nuts. What I don't understand, why is the government calling these jobs low-skilled? It's so insulting. I mean, listen to this carer.
It's not fair for we to be working so hard, love what we do, passionately care for our clients, and having the government bashing us that we're low-skill worker and speaking as if we're not exist. And it's not fair. And knowing that we're not working for a lot of money, we're underpaid, but we're getting on with our job as a moral duty.
Damn right. To be a carer, you need compassion, patience, kindness. Could you wash and feed an 88-year-old man with dementia? Could you provide 24-hour care for a disabled person? Could you hold the hand of a dying woman? That's skill. Our Prime Minister can't even use a fucking mop. MPs get paid 80 grand a year, and they're about as useful as this gate. They're as effective as me in a staring contest. They fucked up more times than Meghan Markle's dad. A notoriously silly Billy. It's true. 53 million was spunked on Boris Johnson's Garden Bridge that was never built. Chris Grayling offered a £14 million contract to a ferry company that didn't have any ferries. I mean, Jeremy Hunt can't even use a bell.
Can we get everything?
Yeah, sure.
If we reduce immigration, there's going to be millions of jobs to fill. Don't worry, though. Our Home Secretary, Priti Patel, has the answer.
There are 8.45 million British people in the United Kingdom that are economically inactive.
Which is genius until you realise that of the 8.45 million, 27% are students, 26% are long-term sick, 22% are carers, and 13% are f***ing retired. I know you're 75, Deirdre, but the roof needs retiling. Quick, Edith, a criminal. I'm on it. We need immigrants. Not only do they work their bollocks off, but EU migrant workers contribute £2,300 more per year to UK than average British citizen. And think of the way they enrich our culture, food, music, literature, sport. If we got rid of foreign workers, the Premier League would just be 3 blokes and a pie. This country is rooted in embracing other cultures. Royal family, German. Democracy, Greek. Tea, Chinese. St. George, Turkish. The people who control our elections, Russian. If we remove foreign culture, what have we got left? One chinless weirdo mumbling in a suit. This prick. A points-based system. How much you earn or how you speak or what you do doesn't make you British. Do you know what it does? Cheering when someone drops a glass in a pub. About the weather. Getting a shit haircut at the barber's and going, yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah. Celebrating heroes like this. Gran forgot glasses and ended up buying big box of condoms instead of tea. Laughing at stories like this. Police were called out over fears there was a gorilla on the loose in Barrow. Turns out it was this guy. That's what makes us British, taking the piss. I mean, look at this.
A young carpenter from Whitby says he's been inundated with online messages telling him to go away because he happens to be called Storm Dennis.
There's a bloke who's actually called Storm Dennis, and people have been tweeting him messages like this. Fuck off and stop knocking my bins over. That is what makes you British!